family. Thanks so much for joining me. So let me make sure my volume is up. I hope that everyone's been having a fantastic day or night. Let me just put my disclaimer on this video. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Um, I would call this a timeless reading. It may have already happened, may be happening now, may happen in the future. Um, you can use this as a manifestation reading. All you need to do is claim this energy as your own. We all have masculine and feminine energies in us. So sometimes I'll say divine feminine and I mean divine masculine and vice versa. But we all have those energies in us. So use those terms as they make sense in your situation. I get my information from God and from the Holy Spirit. I don't get any information from any tarot cards or anything else like that. So I think I included everything, but if there's anything I left out, I will sprinkle it in as we go along. If you'd like to work with me, my information is in the description below. Um, Astrology, twin flame, and much more work we can do together. Would love to hear from you and see if we would be a good fit to work together. All right, so let me go in. So we are in still, for some of us, the divine feminine energy. And for a lot of us, we want to make sure that we are I would say in this situation, crossing our T's and dotting our I's, this may be a season where you have walked away from a divine masculine or a karmic or both, and you are now focusing on finding the love that is right for you, and it's coming toward you, but also you're working on um, building financially, building and cultivating good relationships around you. You're working on your spiritual growth. You're working on emotional, mental, psychological. You're working in a lot of different areas right now. You're working on eating healthy, physical health, exercise, things like that. And so you're doing a lot of things in your life right now, but um, that thing with you walking away from divine masculine and or the karmic has left a lot of people speechless because you're not being in the divine feminine energy, the dark feminine energy, I would say, um, for a lot of people is surprising because one, you maybe you had the reputation of a nice girl or a nice guy, whatever, use the roles as they make sense for you. But maybe you had that reputation and now you found out something about divine masculine or the karmic, and you, instead of sticking around the way that they thought you might have, or a lot of other people thought you might have, you pulled back your energy. You might have blocked them. You might have walked away. You might have just started, opening up yourself to seeing what other energies or what other divine masculine, twin flame, mirror soul energies were there that were right for you. And I think the divine masculine, you kind of pulled the rug from under him, and it was devastating. Um, and he's still not over it. It might have been a little while since it happened. He's still not over. It was unexpected. And he thought, he thought that it wasn't going to happen that way, that you were just too deep in love with him. He's in love with you. He may not have been expressing it the way that he could have been. And for him to be left out in the cold, as they say, for him, he wasn't expecting it, and he might have been, like I said, he might have been seeing someone else, and I was talking about it in another video. It might have been um, keeping his options open and not thinking that you would catch on, or not thinking that you would see but God, because this is what happens. Things are revealed to you. I was just talking about this Bible verse not too long ago. New things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. And so this is Isaiah. Um, but it's you're finding out things. You might have fallen asleep, or kind of be half asleep, half awake, and you get a vision, or you fall asleep and you have a dream something is coming. And for me, like I was mentioning recently, I was dreaming about this snake and it bit me. It got close enough to bite me, and it had never bitten me in a dream before, and not in real life, of course. But um, it you might have cut off someone, whether it was the karmic or, like I said, divine masculine, but you might have cut off the karmic that might have meant you harm, and you maybe gave them the option. They could see that God takes care of you, that you are chosen, that you are protected, and even if you go through some trials and tribulations, you're not going to, like, God is not going to stand for you to be harmed. And I think that the divine masculine is seeing that more since you walked away from him, or divine feminine switch the roles, they make sense, or karmic is seeing, okay, this is not a person that they want to mess with. Why? Because they know what happens to people that try to hurt you or try to do something to you. It's not going to work out well for them, and you don't have to touch a hair on anybody's head. But being in the dark feminine energy is really about asserting yourself, standing up for yourself, not taking things, not taking crap from anybody. You don't have to be doing things that are quote unquote nice. You do the things that are right as a dark feminine energy. So it's and standing up for yourself, and like going after your goals, or going after, if it's a relationship, or going after, the like friendships, surrounding yourself with people with good energy. If you know that you're not being treated fairly on a job or in a position, or maybe you're building your own business, that, more is coming your way, because you're great at what you do. You're attracting more money, more success, more clients, more great energy around you. You're attracting more. And sometimes all you need is just one, just one break, just one little thing for you to run it up. But first, one little thing. And so I feel like a lot of people are talking about now the great lock in, of 2026, whatever. And I've talked about this. This is important. Um, Lock into the dark feminine energy if you're a feminine energy. Lock into that energy. Lock into the energy of really standing up for yourself, standing up for what's right, speaking, your truth, being about the truth, living the truth. Focus on walking in truth, walking in love with people. And, I was talking about this, that, you know, a lot of I was talking about the difference between being nice and doing what's right. So being nice, with air quotes, might be, someone's trying to walk all over you, or talk to you any kind of way, or do you any kind of way, and you're not saying anything. You're like, oh no, it's fine, it's okay. Dark feminine energy is going to actually stand up, speak up, communicate. No, this is not right. No, that's not right. And it doesn't really matter so much if people like that, because deep down people appreciate you being able to assert yourself, stick up for yourself, not let anyone walk all over you. And they need to hear that feedback also. They need to hear someone tell them what they're doing is not right, because they know it's not right. They need to hear someone tell them, stop trying to treat people bad, back off. they need to hear someone tell them, you know, the truth about what they're doing, that they need to change their ways, or like a boomerang, that energy is going to come back on them. So staying in the dark feminine energy is, it's not like it's evil. It's you stepping into the energy that you are meant to be in, and this is the reason why, in order to build something that's sustainable and continue to build and continue to grow, you have to be in, half masculine, half feminine, which means we need both. So we need a strong divine masculine, we need a strong divine feminine, because there are going to be areas that the divine feminine is leading, and there are areas that the divine masculine is leading as well. But a lot of the divine feminines right now are saying we don't need to be, you know, doing 15 million things in the home, while the masculine does one thing, which is work 9 to 5, and then they come home and they like done for the day. No, the dark feminine energy is going to say absolutely not. You come home, I, and I've been working 9 to 5. You've been working 9 to 5, or whatever. We both been working full time. We both are going to do this together, which means we're going to divide labor. If you cook, I'll clean. If you clean, I'll cook. You take out the trash. I'll do, dishes, this, that, whatever it is. We're dividing up the labor. We're going to be fair to each other. And of course, there are going to be ebbs and flows. There will be times when, sometimes the masculine is going to take on the bulk of the responsibility with the kids, and the feminine is going to have to be working late, and vice versa. Sometimes, the feminine is going to take over the bulk of the responsibility in the household, and the masculine is going to be working late, or whatever it is. But it's about, like I'm saying, creating the new template for twin flames, mirror souls. As we can see, like I've said before, whatever has been done in the past, it's not been working. We need something new, we need something different. So we are creating a totally new template, which means, again, dark feminine energy needs to be here to stay, needs to assert herself and continue to stand up, focus on the things that are really going to come together to make the union work, to make the family thrive, to help the couple to build, everything they want, build empires like we're meant to do. But we need masculine and feminine energy. And there are going to be times when the divine masculine is going to slip into, feminine energy. We both have both of those energies in our body. So divine masculine shouldn't be afraid to cry, be emotional on the same, you know, on by the same token, not being afraid to, you know, push to the limit to get stuff done, work, do some physical labor, whatever it is, and that's fine. I don't want this video to be too long. I want to bring you some more videos soon. Just wanted to talk a little bit more about the dark feminine energy, and I'll keep talking about it because there's more to say to this story, more to the story coming up. Um, but yes, continue to stay in the dark feminine energy of asserting yourself, going after your dreams, going after building the relationships, cultivating the relationships, attracting the energy around you that you want, standing up, communicating, expressing your desires. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with physical pleasure. There's nothing wrong with any of those things. And I think that because for so long we've been trying to hide that part of ourselves, um, it kind of just got so quiet. But I feel like this is a time when it's coming alive and becoming louder again. All right, y'all. So I don't want to make this video too long, like I said. Um, but continue to assert yourself, continue to communicate the things that you desire, the things that are right, the things that are true for you, and continue to walk in truth. All right, I will talk with y'all soon. As always, happy lightning fast manifesting. Um, and I'll see y'all on the next one. All right. Bye for now.